Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Harihi Om Shuklam Varadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannapadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighno Pashantaye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Sarvalokaram Vishaje Bhavarogina Nitaye Sarva Vidyanam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Shankaram Lokashankaram Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shantarupinam Shri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Mudanvaham Parityajyamunam Vatadasthitin Javrajan Bharatasya Pradeshat Pradesham Madhusindhi Vajajanan Dharma Margenayan Shri Jayendra Gurur Bhaji Chitte Namama Shankaran Vakya Vijayendra Saraswati Shri Gurum Sishtamar Kanunetaram Sanmati Sadguru Charanarvindabhyan Namaha Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Harihi Om. In Bhagavad Gita, we are in chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga. In Sankhya Yoga, in Shloka number 54, Arjuna is asking a question. Arjuna Uvacha Sthita Prajnasya Ka Bhasha Sthita Dhihi Tasya Keshava Samadhistasya Keshava Sthitadihi Kim Prabhasheta Kimasita Vrajeta Kim. Krishna has talked about Jivan Mukti. So here Jivan Mukti has been given a technical name of Sthita Prajna. So Sthita Prajna is equal to Jivan Mukta. We have to understand. Arjuna is asking about the Lakshanam of that Sthita Prajna, that Jivan Mukti, the qualities of the Jivan Mukti. Shankaracharya tells that for a Jivan Mukta, these are already accomplished virtues. Because these are the properties. These are the qualities of Jivan Mukta. For a Mumukshu, these qualities are our goals. So that is why we are studying these verses. These verses, the knowledge of these verses has got two major significances. Number one, these verses tells about the qualities of a Jivan Mukta. Number two, more important, because why should I know about Sthita Prajna? Right? அவன் அப்படி இருந்துட்டு போறான் சுவாமி, எனக்கு அதனால என்ன பிரயோஜனம்னு நம்ம கேட்போம். அதுக்காக சங்கராச்சாரியா says, these are not only the qualities of Jivan Mukta, these are your goals. The person who studies Bhagavad Gita, okay, this is how I should be. I have to incorporate these qualities in my day-to-day life. These are the exercises. These are the homework exercises that Krishna gives to all of us mumukshus. Okay, what he says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadochyate. Okay, Prajahati yada kaman. The person who gives up all of his desires. How is that possible? How can I give up all my desires? I give up all my desires when I understand why I have any desire. I have desire because I feel incomplete and the object that I have desired completes me. I have desire because number one, I feel incomplete, and number two, the desired, I think that the object that I desire completes me. You know, the desire can be for a car. It can be for a promotion. It can be for a mobile phone. It can be for any blessed thing, including Bhagavan. Including Bhagavan. திருவள்ளுவர் சொல்றார், பற்றுக பற்றற்றான் பற்றினை அப்பற்றை பற்றுக பற்று விடற்கு அப்படின்னு. ஆசை அருமீன்கள் ஆசை அருமீன்காள் ஈசனோடாயினும் ஆசை அருமீன்காள். So it is very easy to talk about leaving desires. புத்தர் சொன்னார் ஆசையே படப்படாதுன்னு. பட் ஏன் ஆசைப்படப்படாதுன்னு சொன்னாதான் நமக்கு அந்த ஆசைங்கிறது வராமல் இருக்கும். Right? Why we should give up all of our desires? Because desire is a myth. According to our Shastra, desire is a myth. Because why? I told you why we desire. We desire because, number one, we feel we are incomplete. Number two, we feel that the desired object completes me. A family completes me. This promotion completes me. This car completes me. This iPad completes me. This phone completes me. That object gives us a sense of fulfillment. And Shastra says that itself is a myth. Nothing can complete you. Why? Because you are a complete entity. Atma never has any desires. Why? Because Atma is Purnam in itself. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avasishyate. Atma is ever Purnam, and all these desires will make us feel we are Apurnam, we are incomplete. And we feel desire because we feel associated with this body. Whatever the desire that we have, all these desires have some kind of relationship with the body. But Shastra says, hey, you are not your body, you are. In the last class, I also gave this example. We feel we are finite. Okay, even if we accept that we are body, for an instance, let us accept we are body, a finite entity. If already we are a finite entity, how much ever finite entities you keep on adding, it will result in a finite entity. Finite plus finite is infinite. What is Purnatvam? Infinity. Fulfillment, infinity. So, me being a finite entity, if I want to be an infinite entity, who should I associate with? I should associate myself with an infinite entity. It is Atma. So, only when I associate myself with an infinite entity, finite plus infinite is only infinite. Finite plus how much ever finite you keep on adding, it will still result in a finite entity. That is why Shastra says, Prajahati yada kaman. Do not have any desires. Because all these desires have three imperfections. Any worldly desires have three imperfections: dukkha mishritatvam, atriptikaratvam, and bandhakatvam. Dukkha mishritatvam. Let us go back to my favorite example, gulab jamun. When I want to have a gulab jamun, when I have a desire for gulab jamun, what are the steps that will be there in order to fulfill my desire? Number one, dukkha mishritatvam. Somebody has to make that gulab jamun. If I know how to make it, I have to go to store. I have to buy the gulab jamun powder, or I have to make paneer from the milk. It is going to take long time. I have to stand in front of the stove for a long time. And then I have to make small balls. I have to heat up the oil. In the summer, in order to stand in front of oil itself is a great deal. I have to fry the gulab jamun. If I keep the oil very, very low, gulab jamun will fall apart. If I keep the oil very, very hot, only outside will become black. Inside, it will not get cooked. And then I have to make separate, a separate jeera, and then I have to mix this gulab jamun, and then I have to wait for gulab jamun to get soaked. In each and every process, there is a dukkam mishritatvam. Okay, when I make everything, when I eat, what will happen? Atripti karatvam. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நன்னா பண்ணிருக்கலாமே. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் இந்த குலாப் ஜாமுன்ல இந்த குங்குமப்பூலாம் போட்டு பாதாம் ஸ்லிவர்ஸ் எல்லாம் போட்டு பண்ணிருக்கலாமே. அன்னைக்கு அவாத்துல ஒரு குலாப் ஜாமுன் சாப்பிட்டேன். அந்த மாதிரி இது இல்லையே. துக்க மிஸ்ரிதத்துவம், அதிருப்திகரத்துவம். We will never get tripti by any fulfillment of desire. I want to buy a house. I go buy a house. The moment I sign the papers, I will have something called as a buyer's regret. It is a term these days. Buyer's regret. ஐயோ நம்ம அவசரப்பட்டு வாங்கிட்டோமோ. I buy a car, Tesla car. I have buyer's regret. ஐயோ இதை விட அடுத்த வருஷம் இன்னும் பெரிய மாடல் வந்திருக்குமே. I get an iPad, buyer's regret. ஐயோ இந்த ஐபேடை விட அடுத்த ஐபேடு அடுத்த வருஷன் வந்துருக்கு. I get a promotion. The person who is competing for me, he did not get the promotion, so he resigned and joined some other company with a better pay, with better vacation package, etc. I get this regret. ஐயோ இந்த ப்ரமோஷன் எனக்கு வராம இருந்திருந்தா நான் அந்த கம்பெனியில போய் சேர்ந்திருக்கலாம். அதிருப்தி கரத். Third is bandhakatvam. I will be happy as long as I am associated with that product. I will be happy as long as I am associated with the product. What is wrong in it? What is wrong in it is that product is going to have a date of expiry, because that product is an atma, that product is anatma. All the anatma things will have a date of birth. Those things with date of birth will have a date of expiry. That anatma thing will expire at one time, and I will be longing for that product. Bandhakatvam. I am absolutely dependent upon that product for my happiness, and I cannot be happy without that product even for 1 minute of time. And unfortunately, it is very, 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 very impossible to be with that product for all the time. These are the 3 drawbacks of anatma, which we have desire for. Dukkha mishritatvam, atriptikaratvam, and bandhakatvam. That is why here Krishna says, Prajahati yadaka. I do not have desire for anything. Okay, if I don't have desire for anything, do I hate these things? No. I do not hate anything, because later Krishna is going to tell. I do not hate anything, but I just do not give the keys for my happiness onto those objects. If that object is there, fine. If that object is not there, very, very fine. But that is not going to affect my mental state. My mental state of being happy or being sad remains with me. I do not give that key to an object. How much ever blessed that object be, I do not give the keys for my happiness into a Tesla car. I do not give keys for my happiness into a house. I do not give keys for my happiness into an office promotion. That do not dictate whether I being happy or not. That is the mentality we should have. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partham nogatan. Then where is the source for my happiness? Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha atma ramaha. Atma ramaha, atma aramaha. I become happy in my own self. When I say my own self, of course, we do not refer to the body, we do not refer to mind, we refer to the Atma. We understand that myself, not we should not even say my Atma. When we say my Atma, it is like telling my pen, my iPad, my notebook, my family, my car, my job. What is wrong in that? When I say my pen, it means that I am different from that pen. My family, I am a part of that family, but I am different from that family. Right? My car, I am different from my car. So the problem with telling my Atma, automatically we will try to objectify Atma. Atma is something else. I am something else. That is not there. Myself is the embodiment of happiness. I am the nuclear power reactor of happiness, which makes happiness. In fact, all the entities that gives me happiness derives happiness from my own happiness. Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha sthitah prajñas tadochyate. That person is called as sthitah prajña. Continuing, dukkeshvanu dvigramanaha sukheshu vigatasprihaha vita raga bhaya krodhaha sthitadihi muniruchyate. Again, all these shlokas are very, very easy to chant. Even more easier to preach. Very, 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 very hard to follow. But as I told in the beginning, these shlokas are our ideal goals. These shlokas are our goals. Charya says. Okay, in this shloka number 56. Dukkeshvanu dvikanamanaha sukeshu vigatasprihaha. A person who does not frown during dukkha. Person who does not frown during dukkha. Sukheshu vigatasprihaha. A person who does not become overly happy during pleasure. A person who does not cry during pain. A person who does not rejoice during happiness. Vita, raga, bhaya, krodha. A person who is devoid of raga, attachment, bhaya, fear, krodha, anger. Sthitadihi muniruchyate. That person is called as sthitadihi. Very easy to chant. Very, very easy to explain. Very, 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 very hard to follow. Because our life is going to give us lots of these dvandvas, pairs, happiness, sadness, pleasure, pain. Somebody is going to praise me, somebody is going to curse me. Wins, loses. So again, Krishna is going to talk about all these dvandvas. And we should understand that all these pairs of opposites is going to affect my body, not my mind. Dukkeshvanu dvikramanaha. When something affects my body, because we keep on associating ourselves with our body, we think that pleasure for our body is my pleasure. Pain for body is my pain. Of course, Vedanta does not say if you have pain in your body, don't go to doctor. Please do not misinterpret these verses. You have to protect your body. Shariram adyam khalu dharma sadhanam. Our body is the prime sadhana with which we can follow dharma, with which we can do dharma. Suvar irundal thaan chitram varainum. But what Krishna says is that do not give overly importance to your body. Dukkeshvanu dvikramanaha. If your body is hurt, it's okay. But understand that it is the body that gets hurt, not yourself. Peak summer, power is not there. I am sweating. I will not only make my life a hell, I will also keep on making other life hell. Why? Because I cannot stand the dukkham of my body. Very practical example. Summer power கட்டு வேர்த்து ஊத்துறது ஊதிண்டே இருக்கிறது. It will not only make myself unhappy, it will also make others unhappy. கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டப்படலாமே. Let this body suffer a little bit. There are people who have undergone lots of ordeals in their life. We are not like them. The body can withstand some suffrage. Our body can withstand some suffrage. Let's put that body to use. There is nothing wrong in undergoing bodily ordeal. Dukkeshvanu dvikramanaha. Because only when our body undergoes those ordeal, we will have a detachment from the body. Only when our body here. So here, purely dukkha and sukha, let us interpret the dukkha and sukha at the level of our body for now. We will go to mind later, because dukkha for our body is also there. Dukkha for our mind is also there. In fact, mind is also a part of your body. But for now, let us interpret this dukkha and sukha, the pain and pleasure, from the point of view of our body. Because there are lots of people who undergo pain, but then take it very happily. You know, we think that ஐயோ ஒரு முள்ளு குத்தினா ஊ ஆ ஊ, ஏதோ ஒரு சாப்பிட்றச்சே ஒரு கல்லு கந்துடுத்துனா ஊ ஆ ஊ, ஒரு கசப்பா ஏதோ ஒன்று சாப்பிட்டா ஆ ஊ. We think that. But the property of giving pleasure and pain does not present. It is not present with the object, but it is present with the subject, that is myself. There are people who undergo pain, bodily pain, but still happy. Yarunna? Soldiers, freedom fighters. They underwent lots of pain. If they have given importance for their body, they will not go and be present in all those harsh conditions. In the border, it is going to be so hot, or it is going to be so cold without any food. They will get attacked with bullets and all, but they are very, very happy. So they demonstrate that even if your body is undergoing pain, you can still be happy. All the Kshatriyas, they will long for death in the battlefield. I'm not talking about death, but I'm just telling, it is possible to be happy even when your body is undergoing pain. It is possible to be happy even when your body is undergoing pain. That is the thing that we have to understand. Because pleasure and pain has got nothing to do with happiness and sad. Pleasure and pain is the property of an object. Happiness and sad is the property of a subject. How? Let us take gulab jamun example. When I eat gulab jamun, I get pleasure because I like gulab jamun. When some other person who does not eat gulab jamun, when they eat gulab jamun, they will get pain because they do not like gulab jamun. But gulab jamun is same. Gulab jamun is same. But when I eat gulab jamun, I am very, very happy. When they eat gulab jamun, they are very, very sad. So these are not the intrinsic property of gulab jamun. Gulab jamun is sweet. Okay. When I eat gulab jamun, I feel sweetness. When the other person eats gulab jamun, he will also feel the sweetness. It is not that, okay, when he eats gulab jamun, he is going to find it karam or he is going to find it bitter. No. It is going to taste sweet, but the gulab jamun is incapable of eliciting happiness in him because he does not like gulab jamun. Okay, I like gulab jamun. I keep eating gulab jamun 24/7, 3 times a day for 1 week. Second week, if somebody gives me gulab jamun, பெரிய நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி அபிவாதம் பண்ணிட்டேன். ஐயோ எனக்கு குலாப் ஜாமுனே தராதிங்கோ எனக்கு வேண்டாம். The same person who used to like gulab jamun before, now he hates gulab jamun. Even then, gulab jamun is sweet. Sweetness is the intrinsic property of gulab jamun. But whether that gulab jamun is going to make me happy or sad is not the intrinsic property of gulab jamun. But it is a subjective entity. It depends upon me. It depends upon my mode. It depends upon my mood. So we can tune our mind to be happy even in the most paining circumstances. Just like how somebody will feel very, 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 very happy in eating bitter gourd. Bitter gourd, it is bitter. It is bitter. But people will find pleasure in eating that bitter gourd. People will be happy in eating that bitter gourd. Just like how somebody can still feel pleasure in undergoing bodily ordeal. I do an anga pradakshinam. It pains my body, but I feel happy. For a soldier who is in the border, when he got shot, it pains his body, but he still feels happy. A mother giving birth, she will undergo pain, but it gives her pleasure. A father or a person who is providing for the family, he will undergo lots of pain to get that money, but he will still feel happy. So, happiness or sad is completely different from the situation. Happiness or sad is a subjective entity. It relates to the subject, not to the object. We will have different experiences. We will have different experiences, but but whether that experience gives me happy, whether the experience gives me sad, it depends upon me. That is why here Krishna says, for a sthita prajna, for an atmajnani, dukkeshvanu dvigramanaha sukeshu vigatasprihaha. He is not bothered about sukham and dukkam. He is not bothered at all about sukham and dukkam. There are several ways to approach this thing. Not everybody is Atma Jnani. For an Atma Jnani, because he has understood his Atma, because he has understood his real nature, he can be Dukkeshvanu Dvignamanaha Sukeshu Vigadaspraha. But I am not an Atma Jnani. How can I understand? Krishna is going to talk about Karma Yoga. Again, he will talk about Karma Yoga. By doing Karma Yoga, we can have this type of attitude. Let us surrender everything to Bhagavan. Let us take pleasure and pain as the prasada of Bhagavan. Let us take pleasure and pain as the prasada of Bhagavan, so that it is not going to make me more happy or more sad. So we have seen the first part of Shloka number 56. I know we are going very, 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 very slow. But these shlokas are much more important because these has got day-to-day relevance. That is why we are going very, 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 very So the second part of Shloka number 56, we will see in the next class. Vitaraga Bhayakrodaha. We have to see, but we will see that in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.